So I'm just back from my walk. I did a 3 mile today, Sunday morning, so I definitely needed that after yesterday. I consider yesterday a train wreck, but I also think that it's becoming a bit of a habit to me to have these mini train wrecks over the weekend. And I guess, in itself, I don't think it's such a bad deal. I mean, this is normal life, so I just need to take it as this is part of what this is going to be. I mean, I've actually come down to 2 meals a day, but I consider that to be normal too, because I haven't been doing it, forcefully. Just as these bad days, I'm not really doing forcefully either. We had a little get together yesterday right across the street. It was supposed to be a bunch of people from the neighborhood. Not many people showed up. However, we had made onion dip and Ruffles chips and watermelon, because the kids seem to like onion dip quite a lot. Well, so do I. So I was sitting there talking and eating and talking and eating and talking and eating, and then a family showed up with these they're like brownie bites with cookie dough dropped in them. They're about the size of a quarter. But anyway, had a few of those. And yes, each bite I took, I knew I really shouldn't have been doing this. I also thought I was going to be a little regretful, which I was a lot regretful. Not as much on the potential gain of weight as much as I knew I wasn't going to feel good, and I didn't. So I think that's actually the more interesting part of this, is that from a how you feel perspective, it's tough because you kind of crave the food, but you know that it's going to hurt, and it did. So anyway, we had company over last night. I didn't drink last night, which I'm glad I didn't drink, because I don't think that would have helped any. I jumped on the scale this morning before I went for my walk. I was up, I think, about 3.5 pounds or 3 pounds. I don't remember exactly how much since yesterday, which was kind of funny to see, because I mean, how do you gain 3 pounds in a day, right? But I think about all the salt in those chips, and I had a couple bites of a brownie actually last night after dinner. I just thought about that. So it all adds up, right? I mean, the weight of the food, the sugar in the food, the salt in the food, it all adds up. So it happened this week. Last weekend I did the same thing. I think I was down like 6 or 7 pounds this week, because so much of it was a couple pounds over the weekend of water weight. I don't really like that fluctuation, because I think it's kind of like a false fluctuation, but I think it's just going to be part of what I'm doing here. And I've been kind of mentally preparing for this fast that I want to do. I have a lunch tomorrow for work, so I don't know how I'm going to incorporate this fast in. I've got to really think about this, and I don't want to modify my life for a fast. I want to modify my fast to my life, because I know how important this fast will be. I also know that modifying my life to a fast is completely inappropriate, right? I have things I have to do for the family, I have things I have to do for work, and I want to get those things done. So I got to think about this a little bit. I was considering going from noon today till noon tomorrow, because that would give me 24 hours and I'd still be able to do my lunch. But I think that we're doing something today with friends, so I'm not sure how I was going to manage that. Anyway, I got to think about it. I may just postpone it till another day, which is fine as well. I mean, I've gone 44 years without one, so I'm not quite sure why waiting a few days would be a problem. But anyway, I'm going to have my coffee now. We've got soccer this morning, and I was glad to start the day with a walk, though. I didn't really want to get up. I set my alarm for 6 today instead of 5. I wanted to sleep in a little bit. I ended up getting up around 6:45 or so. I got out around 7. But I knew I had plenty of time, so I I want to fit it in, but I didn't want to force myself to get up and do that and lack on sleep. I've been really tired the last 3 days. I actually have taken a nap every day for the last 2 days, and it's been kind of nice. So I don't usually take naps anymore, but it's been kind of nice. But I don't also like the fact that I'm feeling tired, so I got to figure out if it's just the change in my sleep, because I'm obviously getting up quite a bit earlier than I was, and I'm not necessarily going to bed any earlier. So I need to work on getting to bed a little bit earlier and getting that extra sleep in. So anyway, I rambled on this morning. I'll check back in later, see what I'm going to be eating, and see if I've started my fast or if I'm postponing my fast. See you in a bit.